Hello everyone, I am Emily McQuiggan. I am the teen programmer here at the Frederickson Library, and today I thought it'd be fun to try something a little bit different. So I'm going to share with you a couple of books we have in the library, and I'm going to read the first page from them. These are all young adult books in the young adult section here at Frederickson. You can put them on hold on our website. I think most of them also have ebooks on the Libby app that you can access with your library card. So the first book we're going to talk about is The Opposite of Always by Justin A. Reynolds. This is a really good one. I read it over the summer. If you like time travel stories or romance, this is going to be a good one for you. It's got kind of like a Groundhog Day or Palm Springs kind of feel, where there's a time loop and things keep happening over and over again. So let's read the first page and you can decide if you want to check it out. Alright, so this is the first page of The Opposite of Always. My face is mashed sideways against the truck of a police cruiser when Kate dies for the third time. The box meant to save her life is smushed near my feet. I've learned a few lessons along the way. For instance, don't waste time on clothes. It's cold out, easily sweater weather. I'm in short sleeves, plaid pajama shorts, and a pair of beat-up Chucks. I wear to mow the lawn. The insides are damp, and there's a clump of grass in my right shoe scratching my toes, but there wasn't time for socks. Socks and weather-appropriate attire are a luxury. They take time, and I can't waste any. Not tonight, not ever. Because big lesson number one is this: all the time travel in the world can't save the people you love. So that was the first page of The Opposite of Always. The next book we're going to talk about is The Weight of the Stars by Ancrum. This is another science fiction one. In case you didn't know already, I'm a big science fiction fan, so I read a lot of science fiction. And this one is fun. It's set in the near future. It's about two teenage girls. One of them, her mom went on a one-way mission into outer space to explore. And so they spend a lot of the book trying to figure out how to communicate with her mother, and see if they themselves can get into outer space. So it's a fun one. And there's a little bit of a love story in it, but it's not the main part. Alright, so the first page. She woke up to the sound of screaming. She always woke up to the sound of screaming. Ryan scrunched her eyes against it for a minute, and then rubbed her face in exhaustion. Eventually, she heaved herself from bed and lumbered into the living room. "Oh, hey," she whispered. "It's okay." She picked up Charlie and put him in his rocker on the floor, tipping it gently back and forth with her foot as she opened the fridge. Her younger brother James was still snoring loudly a couple rooms over, but she waited until Charlie was clean and fed to pop her head in and wake him up. "Get up, it's 6:45. James just sighed and flopped over. "Seriously, James?" Ryan pushed herself into James's room, kicking dirty clothes and magazines out of the way. She yanked his dresser open and pulled out a pair of torn jeans and a black t-shirt and tossed them on James' bed. "I'm leaving in 10 minutes. She slammed the door shut behind her. So you can kind of get a feel there for Ryan's personality and a little bit about what her home life is like. It is a great book. I really enjoyed this one. And if you're into outer space, I think you will too. And the last book we're going to talk about, this one is a little bit darker than the others. This is a non-fiction book. It's called Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs by Doughty. And it is big questions from tiny mortals about death. So Caitlin is a mortician, and she answers questions that people have about the funeral process and what happens to bodies and things like that. So let's read the first page of that. "Oh hey, it's me, Caitlin. You know, the mortician from the internet, or that death expert from NPR, or the weird aunt who gave you a box of Fruit Loops and a framed photo of Prince for your birthday. I'm many things to many people. What is this book? It's pretty simple. I collected some of the most distinctive, delightful questions I've been asked about death, and then I answered them. It's not rocket science, my friends. No, some of it is in fact rocket science. see what would happen to an astronaut body in space. Why are people asking you all these death questions? Well, again, I'm a mortician, and I'm willing to answer strange questions. I've worked at a crematory, gone to school for embalming, traveled the world to research death customs, and opened a funeral home. Plus, I'm obsessed with corpses. Not in a weird way or anything. Nervous laughter. I've also given talks all over the United States, Canada, Europe, Australia, and New Zealand on the wonders of death. So that was the first page of Will My Cat Eat My Eyeballs. And you can see, another thing I really like about this book is it's got some cool illustrations throughout. There's some really interesting line drawings in between each chapter. So I definitely recommend this if you have questions about death. This is a great one, perfect for this Halloween time of year. And like I said, you can get it here at the library at Frederickson, or I believe we also have all three of those as an ebook available through the Libby app. So thank you so much for listening today. I hope that you're going to check out one of the books that I talked about. If there's a particular genre or anything that you're interested in and you want a suggestion for, you can leave a comment below and I will get it for our next video. So thank you again and have a great afternoon.